more exercises. That could be also not only from what you were saying with, the pandemic and, you're having fun with your training now because you have more options. But man, I think it's to some extent, it could be healthier on your joint systems because it's like, think about overuse type stuff and how they occur from doing the exact same sequence of joint motions over and over for 5, 6 sets in one given workout versus like, man, why don't we choose a different, you know what I mean? Why are we doing the exact same exercise for 6 sets when we could do maybe just like switch up the angle, switch up, which could be better on the body, right? From a long-term health perspective.
Yeah, and it's funny you say that because this is the healthiest I have felt since my 20s. And that's, I mean, correlation maybe potentially, but yeah, I don't feel as much joint wear and tear. I don't feel as much, just overall global or systemic fatigue. And I have no anxiety, going into my sessions. Tendons feel great and I'm still progressing and muscle is growing. So, I mean, I want younger athletes to really, 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 really like kind of check, their biases because there is tons of different ways to skin a cat and longevity is the name of the game in this sport. So if you want to be a one-hit wonder, yeah, cool, go ahead. Hammer home, what you want to, but if you do get injured, try to think outside the box, be critical and, find movement patterns that do work for you. And if they don't cooperate with your body, then don't perform them. This could even, oh God. So influencers, I really feel are terrible in regards to, biasing the young generation. Like you have to do this movement or you have to do that movement. And I really feel like that causes a ton of injuries and, or, spreading misinformation because you see, one influencer preaching that deadlifts are the greatest, exercise for lower back hypertrophy or posterior chain development. But what if it doesn't really fit somebody's mechanics? And then they're forcing, that square peg into the round hole. And then, you can just go down a huge, rabbit hole of bench pressing and just all sorts of exercises that you don't necessarily have to perform.
For newer people that are coming in, to the industry, I do think there's a ton of misinformation, but I also think even the evidence base can be overwhelming and overcomplicated at first because they think that there's only one way to train and it's this way. And if you don't do it that way,